Rise and shine, boys and girls. Yesterday bothered me. Bothered me a little bit because I was completely caught off guard by a customer experience. I was sitting in the back, completely minding my own business, one might say, and all of a sudden, somebody walked in with a complaint about a product. Got a podcast tonight. I always like to get everything all nice and set up before I podcast so that my guests don't have to go through all of the sound checks and things like that. If you pay attention to my podcasting, this is a trophy I just got in for the 1906 challenge that we are in the middle of. Me and two of my friends are challenging ourselves to see who can have the most self-improvement over the next month. I'm going to leave it right there until one of them takes it from me, but neither of them is going to take it from me. This is a bull on Wall Street that I got when I was in New York City. It is supposed to be a symbol of good luck. So far, so good. And his complaint about the product was that he bought this product and it had some stickers in it. It was a bale of hay. And the thing that bothered me the most was I simply just asked for if he had the product with him or whatever. And he said that he didn't have the product with him and that he wanted a full refund or a free bill or something like that to compensate him, which I completely understand. But what really frustrates me about that is that anytime you go somewhere, whether it's Walmart or the Apple Store or anything like that, and you take a product back, you have to have the product with you to show them what was wrong with the actual product, not just tell them that there was something wrong with it. And this frustrated me for a few reasons. The main reason it frustrated me so much was that the expectation for a feed store is different than any other place you might go. And that was frustrating, but the other thing that frustrated me was that I understood his complaint. I understood everything that he was going through. So in the conversation, I basically said, "Where can we go from here? What would make you happy?" And his exact words were, "I'm not trying to hustle you, man." So I thought, well, that probably means, I'm not exactly sure what it meant, but I'm assuming he meant that he wasn't trying to necessarily get anything for free. He was just letting me know that the product was not exactly where it should be. And so I apologized, said, "Man, I'm so sorry," and said, "So there's anything I can do? I ain't trying to hustle you, man." "Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Have a good day." And I continued to walk off. Then after I walked off, one of the employees told me that he said, "That's just bad business." And so that really frustrated me. It mostly frustrated me because I wasn't trying to have bad business necessarily. I was trying to understand his complaint. I completely understood his complaint. And what I was trying to do was ask him, "What would you like?" And when he said that, he used a word that I didn't really know what it meant. And so that's what frustrated me the most. But it reminded me of an experience that happened a couple years ago in one of the most odd and severe customer complaints that I've ever had. So let me set the stage. We are trying to decide what we should do. It is pouring down rain, and we deliver for free over to the racetrack at Remington Park. And this guy had ordered a bunch of stuff, and he basically ordered it the day before. He walked into the store, and the cashier, instead of getting his number or anything like that, just kind of assumed that we had it on file, which is usually the case. And so she had assumed that we had the customer's information on file. And what she did was rang up his order and told him it'll be there tomorrow. And he said, "Please don't bring it till later in the afternoon." So here's the problem. Since he said, "Please don't bring it till later in the afternoon," we can't get a hold of the guy to ask him if it's okay if we don't bring his stuff and get it completely wet and ruined by the rain. We make the executive decision to just wait on him to call. And so I had gone about 4 o'clock and left for the day, and just kind of assumed the guy would call. We would tell him, hey, we can't bring it today. We don't want to ruin all your stuff. And he would be fine. He'll say, yeah, I've got enough stuff. I'll be fine till in the morning. That's not what happened. So what ends up happening is the guy calls and he says that he is waiting on his stuff. And he is waiting on his stuff, but he doesn't call until after we're already closed. So what we didn't even think about it was, since he had never called, we had no way to get hold of him. He called after we closed and is waiting on us to deliver his feed, but we're not coming. We're already at home. Not only does he call, but he drives up to the store. We're already closed. The lights are off. So the next morning, the guy walks in on a Saturday morning, walks right up to this counter, and he is hot. He's real hot. And he walks right up to this counter. We have a long line behind him. And he demands an explanation of why we did not bring his stuff the day before. And I happened to be the one waiting at the counter. It caught me so off guard. And I said, here's the deal. It was raining yesterday. Sorry we couldn't get a hold of you. I thought that would immediately satisfy him. It did not satisfy him in the least bit. So here I am on the other side of the counter, and I said, sir, yeah, why don't you step with me over here? So I get him out of the front of the counter, and I was like, let me talk to you over here. So I bring him out towards kind of the side, off away from everybody else, maybe to kind of defuse the situation a little bit. So I bring him way over to the side, and I said, hey, here's the deal, man. I'm so sorry. And I explained again, thinking that, again, this would defuse the situation. Here's the deal. I'm so sorry that we didn't bring your stuff, but it was raining yesterday. We didn't want to get it ruined, and we forgot to ask for your phone number. Again, thinking it would diffuse the situation. He was so mad. He went on to say that his horses didn't have any feed. He was so frustrated, blah, blah, blah. Escalates into a yelling match with me. Again, I'm just sitting here taking it like this, looking around at customers, and he goes on to say that we don't know who he is, and goes on to say, I am going to destroy you. And I said, sir, I don't exactly know what you mean by that, but please don't talk like that. If you do talk like that, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. He again says, you don't know what I'm capable of. I'm going to destroy you. Keep in mind, this is over a couple bags of horse feed. I'm going to destroy you. And so at this situation, I said, here's the deal, man. I don't know what you mean by destroy me, and I don't know why you're so frustrated about this one particular instance. But what I can promise you is that you're not going to talk to us like that anymore. And I calmly said, I understand your frustration. I understand everything you're going through. Hopefully you understand my side. But what I told him was, where can we go from here? And when I said, where can we go from here? He had the most hilarious response I've ever heard. He said, listen, that's a very good point. And he said, to be honest, you're doing a very good job here. And complimented by customer service. Then he goes on to say, you're doing a very good job here. And since you're doing such a good job here, I'm probably not going to destroy you. I still don't know what he meant by destroy you to this day.